Is GEO a thing that people are actually going to be saying in the future as a replacement for SEO? This is kind of what I wanted to talk about today when I stumbled upon this Search Engine Land article. Yes, GEO is happening. This was from Danny Goodwin, and he says that yes, people are going to be mentioning GEO just like they were doing SEO since search engines became a thing. So let's talk about it. Let's check it out. So GEO isn't a buzzword. It's already happening, and I won't read the whole thing for you, but essentially what he's arguing is that it has every right to exist, just like the word CEO or the phrase SEO came to be. It's a term that we're going to be using whether we like it or not. So interestingly, one of the things that he argues here is that I suppose it's one of his co-workers, or maybe not co-workers but peers, Carolyn Shelby, published an article saying stop trying to make a GEO thing. So this whole article is kind of like a yelling at her, I guess, saying, hey, no, GEO is happening. And so let's keep digging into this. Now, one of the points he makes here is that language changes, which it completely does. The point there is just that language evolves. Now, he argues here that pronunciation isn't a deal breaker, but I have to slightly disagree. One of the points that I had here in my notes is that I do think it's a little bit of a point breaker. I can't not find myself saying GEO because it's too close. The G and the E are so close that they make me not want to say GEO. SEO has more of a break into SEO. If you want to say SEO, sure, but that sounds weird. But GEO, it just flows way too quickly. GEO is a chance to reframe SEO's reputation. What he's saying here is that the idea of SEO is not quite accurate because we're not optimizing the search engine, which is actually a thing that a lot of people who ask, what do I do for a living? And I tell them that, they're like, oh, so you work for Google? It's kind of a little confusing. GEO is actually a little bit more accurate, which in the term itself, it kind of says what you're doing, a generative search optimization. Let's read this a little bit. Let's be honest, SEO as a discipline has always been undervalued and misunderstood. Externally, it's often reduced to a cliche about gaming Google or keyword stuffing, while those of us inside the industry know the reality that SEO drives visibility. That's why GEO matters. It's not just about adapting to AI research. It's a chance to rebrand our field to the next era. Yeah, but that doesn't really necessarily fix the reputation. Let me see if I misread something here. GEO signals also technology. In other words, GEO's well, this doesn't really fit with the title here, though. It's not going away. So the article basically is not so much of an article, more of a, it's totally a thing. Here's my take. GEO is just SEO. There is no change. There's no difference for me because all we do, like searching for something on the internet, it doesn't mean that you're using Google. I mean, you could be using TikTok, you could be using Google, but you're still searching for something, searching on an engine of some sort, a bar that you type something in and you're optimizing for that. GEO, even while I understand the generative part of it, it's still SEO because you still have to do so many SEO tactics in order to get into the generative experience in the first place. So it's just still SEO to me. I really believe that right now it's more of a buzzword than anything else. I don't know if it's going to stick. And like I mentioned, the rolling off the tongue is just kind of a deal breaker for me. I can't find myself saying GEO, because it's GEO. Hey, do you do GEO? And then also it's just like GEO is like earth and ground, like geology, geography, Nat Geo. It's just doesn't say tech to me. I don't want to say GEO. I don't want to do that. So that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. So let me know what you think about this. Are you going to start saying GEO? Because I'm certainly not. I'm still saying SEO. All right, that's all I got for today. Take care. See you next time.